So hello there. I think I'm live. This is a test, really. Let's see. I'm going to try to use the chat window here. And so the 100,000 Poets for Change. This is the 10th year. Big deal. The 10th anniversary. Um, so I gotta maybe make that camera a little more interesting. That's best. This is what I'm saying as a test. So hopefully, on Thursday we're going to have um, sorry, I'm not sure how it's best to have that situated because I want to make eye contact, but I also need to be able to access the keyboard and stuff. So, gee whiz, my story is small. Um, I first saw an announcement on Facebook, and when I saw it, I read it as a challenge, and it was a post by Michael Rotenberg, and I can't remember exactly what the post was, but he was announcing 100,000 Poets for Change. I'm on YouTube. Uh, so let's see if I can share that. I'm going to see if I can share this now. I should be able to share it to Facebook. What's that doing? No, that's not. Um, looking for. So, anyway, I can't remember my state of mind at the time, but when I saw it, I thought, well, Toronto has 10,000 poets for change, at least. So within seconds, Michael was messaging me, will you organize event in Toronto? And I didn't even know who Michael Rotenberg was, I'm ashamed to admit. But being an activist my whole life, I was challenged by that. So uh, I stayed in communication with him, and I said, well, I don't know if I really am able to do it. And he said, well, do you know Charlie Houston? And I said, well, yeah, I know Charlie. And he said, well, I'll get Charlie to work with you, which he did. And Charlie enjoyed the whole summer telling the story how Michael twisted his arm in real time messaging to work with me. And so the two of us struck a committee. We held weekly meetings. And now, to be fair, I need to actually go to documents and and make some links here because I can't remember. We had 7 or 8 people on our committee, and if I start naming them, I'll remember almost all the names and forget somebody. So I'm not going to name names today right here, but we struck a committee. We had maybe 10 or 12 people by the 1st of August working hard, setting up events, and we decided that rather than try to hold a big event at the Rogers Center, which was one of our ideas, that we would go for as many events in the city of Toronto as we could possibly put on. And my memory is that we put on 10 events, uh, on all on the same day, starting with a poetry breakfast event at a strip club, and ending with a midnight review at um, well, I guess a bohemian place called Sin Cycle. So, and over the course of the day, I think we had 12 events, and uh, we didn't have 10,000 poets participate from Toronto, but I think we had 110, and we considered that to be a great success. So that's the story off the top of my head, and being challenged by Michael that this being the 10th anniversary, that everyone who's been involved with 100 poets, I challenge you to come on and tell your story, or write your story. Michael has posted a call they're going to publish a booklet, and everyone who's been an organizer or participant in the past 10 years is encouraged to write a paragraph, or I don't know, I think up to 3,000 words about what it meant to them to, to be a part of 100,000 Poets for Change, and what 100,000 Poets for Change is. I remember actually in the very first weeks of it being on Facebook, there was a lot of comment flying every which way on every single post. Somebody would make a post and there'd be hundreds of comments. And the discussion was, well, what do we want changed? And there were a lot of people who wanted specific things changed. And so it's exciting, even if I think you can go back in time and see how around the world these groups were saying, okay, we want to do this, and they would specifically name their county sheriff. They got to stop the something, or a forest company, or each find what they wanted to change. And in Toronto, we wrote more of a poetic, uh, I guess, I think we call it a mission statement. And we collaborated, our committee collaborated and wrote a mission statement just about changing the culture, changing the civilization to, and it was a call to poets. Our mission statement was a call to poets. It's up to poets to speak to the issues, and to motivate change. So anyway, that's my version of the story. Over the past 10 years, I haven't been that greatly involved in any direct manner. The second year in Toronto, I worked with Pat Connor, and we put on a show, another big show with, I don't know, 19 or 20 poets at the United Steelworkers Hall. And since then, Pat Connors has kept the torch for Toronto. So congratulations to Pat. And so I'm going to just sign off for now. This was a test, and I didn't get any audience, which is fine. But now the next part of this test will be me figuring out how to reach out to our audience. This will be our platform on, I think it's September 29th, yeah. On September 29th, we'll be putting up an entire day of poetry from Beaver Hall Gallery at 29 McCall Street in Toronto. And we will be here on Facebook and on YouTube, and we will be live and bringing the entire schedule, hopefully, to an audience that, in many respects, um, uh, can't really engage the. This is a. I want to speak to the. Uh, epidemic. What? Anyway, all right, I'm gonna stop now.